Let's do it. We'll do super quick from last time. I guess there wasn't actually a ton that happened because we were kind of more just like wrapping things up, but it was, I guess, just basically off the back of liberating the city. You had met with the king in his chambers and he gave you a bunch of rewards, which I hope you guys have tracked yourself on your sheets. One of them was a nice dagger made of the rich renite steel that the city is known for. A ton of gold. I think there were a few greater potions in there, greater potions of healing. And yeah, Berberus went and interrogated some of the prisoners, told them to take a warning message to the Empress. And Kai went to the cathedral, St. Eveline's, and tried to purify his cursed armor from the Dread General Blackmarsh, which led into a bit more of something more than what he was expecting. Turns out it was fairly evil, fairly cursed, and he got like ripped into a battle with himself, his own darkness, I suppose. Overcoming that allowed you to purify the steel and take it to Helda, who was touched by the moon in some way, some divine fugue state where she, in like a magical haste, crafted new shield for Kai, where you were able to lock your moonstone in place into one of the slots on the front. I gave you that item, Lisa?
Yes. The moonlight shield.
Nice. And the second version of it as well, I think?
Yeah, after I had the girl socket the gem in the moonstone thing, we replaced it pretty much straight away.
Cool. All right, awesome. So I think so that all happened at midnight of that evening. I think what we'll just go straight to the next day, unless Lisa, unless you wanted to do anything specifically that evening.
Not really. I have like how many things of. I have 4 point. I think I have 4 points of exhaustion.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty messed up.
Yeah. You're on death's door. Yeah. Cool. All right. So let's just go to the next day then. If you have got any like resources missing from your character, you can all just smash a long rest on it now. And we can look at what we're doing this day. So I think basically I don't want to necessarily be like, and what do you guys want to do? Because they're big open world and it's kind of just sort of putting you on the spot. But I think what we should do is I'll tell you a bit about what you gather from what's happening now in the city. So they also need to rebuild. The prisoners are going to be marshaled and start helping with like rebuilding the city, helping to reinforce the walls, get its sort of sovereignty and structural defenses back up in place. A lot of the people will start to help as well. They're trying to get back to civilization. They're trying to open up shops, trying to find people who were lost, all that sort of a thing. You'll gather from talking to a few of the people. Maybe you chatted to Barrack, or maybe you chatted to Captain Erendir from the keep. They are planning to, at this point, give the soldiers, the loyalists, a bit of a rest. And in about 5-ish days, the Moorbreakers had agreed to take an early contingent of soldiers and loyalists to Valmiriel as part of the agreement with Talis, the governor, in Valmiriel to help with their resistance. So that's roughly what their plan is. Sort of maybe in about 5 days is when the Moorbreakers would leave. So yeah, I guess you've got a bit of time in theory to figure out what you guys want to do. So any thoughts? What are you guys thinking as a group? And if there's any like projects you wanted to do, if you wanted to like leave right away, if you had any chores or errands in the city, let me know. We can do them.
So JC wants to punch the shit out of the elven bitch who cast a modified memory, but Ryo doesn't remember shit, so...
Indeed, he does not.
About the only thing on Ryo's mind is finding Corvus to kick his ass.
Okay. Cool. Want to find Corvus. Anyone else?
Okay. Kai would like to get a body once over by Alaris to check on his health after being impaled by General Blackmarsh days before, or a day before. Yeah. I just don't feel right.
Okay. So the next day, you make your way down to St. Eveline's, where you know that Alaris has been spending her time. In discussions with her, she lets you know that she's actually planning on heading out with the Moorbreakers again. She has found a home with the Moorbreakers, specifically with Barrack and his crew. So she will be leaving in a few days as well. But yeah, is there anything specifically you wanted to talk to her about?
Being impaled by a cursed sword. I don't know if it's cursed, but an evil sword. So I wanted to check out my scar, my wound. So I take off my armor, and she can do I don't know. She's a doctor, right? I don't know what she is, but I know she does healing.
She she bends down and takes a closer look at it. She waves a hand over top of it, and you see over top of the wound, and you see her hand starts to glow a little bit. Eyebrows sort of concentrating, his eyebrows furrow. And she says to you, I don't sense any corruption. It appears the wound itself was near deadly, but it doesn't appear to have any lingering effects. I think you can rest. You can put your mind at rest.
Well, that's a relief, because I think about the sword that's in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
And I'm forgetting to purify that too.
Yeah.
All right. I thank her. Yeah. I don't know. Or do I notice many clerics around in St. Eveline's currently? Because I'm meant to train these people, I remember. Or at least attempt to convince some people to be trained, I suppose.
Yeah. So Marius, I think when you'd spoken to him, he was a little bit hesitant about it, just because the city is fairly loyal to the god of the earth, Torgar. So having someone else come in, but he relented and said, I mean, anything at this point is probably good. So he was okay for you to do it. I would say that there are probably more and more people starting to come here now as the city is starting to calm down. I think more people are probably coming to the cathedral and holy places of worship to find solace and I guess just like rest and try and shake off the months and months of stress and pain and suffering. So yeah, there are probably more civilians entering here just for places of prayer. More of the wounded have been starting to leave. And probably a few more clerics have started to show up as well. So would you like to say that Kai spends a bit of time here just talking with the clerics and starting to teach them some of the word, maybe a bit of training as well?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that while I'm just, yeah.
Anything specific? What do you reckon Kai would want to do?
Try and show off. No.
Yeah.
I was going to try and teach them cleric spells that they do not have, such as the Moonbeam spell that I have. So I will link that in chat. I guess I'll spend a spell slot to demonstrate, and I'll give them notes on how they could cast this spell, and tell them that they will need some belief in the moon goddess, and then that's about it. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, I think people will step back and sort of gasp in awe at this sort of display. You'll find a lot of your average clerics don't see a lot of really like actual powerful magic. Most of them are fairly low level and haven't had a lot of direct access to the gods themselves. So seeing high level magic like this is quite thrilling, I think. Technically, you can't teach people clerical magic. Clerical magic gets taught by the gods themselves. Yeah.
So I have to try and convince them to believe in the god.
Exactly, yeah. So I think you talk to them about Saluna and you try and form that connection. And yeah, maybe some take to it, maybe some don't. But I will say that your companion, your first acolyte, Alin, will be with you this whole time and helping. And hearing that your group is looking to leave soon, she will assure you that she will stay and try to continue your work now that she also has a connection to the goddess.
I like to focus on her more so that she can learn more, and then also try and pass on the teachings across to anyone who believes. Yeah, I'll spend my time doing that.
Cool. All right. Rio, what time? Like, how urgent is do you think Rio is feeling about wanting to leave and chase after Corvus? Is it like I think let's get the fuck out of here, guys? We need to go instantly, or is he happy to chill in the city a bit?
That's just what he wants to do next. He's not like chomping at the bit to go do it.
Okay.
Now, quick question: Did we level up at the end of last session or near the end of last session?
You were leveled up after the fight with Black Marsh. That's when you hit level 9.
Right. Okay. Ryo's got something new he would like to try.
Oh yeah, totally.
If I'm reading this spell correctly, I can do it in multiple locations, but I can only do it in each location once a year. Is this like all year round snow, or can they grow crops around this area?
Good question. So the snow will recede, like in the lowlands. The mountains will probably have snow always. But in the front area, like out past the walls, you'll notice villages and farms and stuff like that. Mostly like earth root sort of potatoes, that sort of thing. I don't think you would find a whole lot of wheat and stuff like that this north.
Yeah, but they can grow something. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'll talk to find out who I need to talk to in the castle and get them to take me to where the good chunk of their farmland is.
I think as you go up, Ayana probably says that I could do a stretching my legs. I'll show you the way, and she will take you there herself. So yeah, she leads you through the city. I mean, it's a good way, but got plenty of time out through the city gates, and so you head out. You can see where the docks are that sort of lead down to the frozen, shattered, like broken ice that's in the ocean, and you head east further around to the eastern side of the walls. Sorry, western side of the walls, and that's where the crops and the farm outhouses and stuff are.
Okay, and I'll ask her to take me to like the central part of a good chunk of it.
I think you'll find there's like a convergence of a few different roads that all sort of meet in the central area. A lot of farms around that, so that sounds like a good place.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna go like, something's been telling me I can do something new, and I am going to cast plant growth.
Plant growth.
Focusing on enrichment.
365 days. Oh, okay. So do you choose one of them?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
It says the casting time, but it doesn't say. Oh, so it's 8 hours. So I need to stay there for a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
It's a day trip.
Yeah, awesome. So you're spending 8 hours essentially out here in the fields enriching. What do you think Rio does to do this, to achieve it?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Probably walking around and like trying to tending to the ground magically. I'm walking around and chanting, I'm guessing.
So it's like a magical thing rather than a natural rangery thing, you reckon?
It is verbal and somatic.
Hmm.
Yeah, so walking around and talking and moving my hands around, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. I think you'll find Ayana actually stays to watch you for a little while. She's probably hasn't seen outside these walls in a while. She's enjoying the fresh air, but she will eventually leave you to it and just sort of wave as you see her wander off and leave you to your own devices. Yeah, awesome. So you can complete doing that and head back. You probably get back quite late that night.
Yeah, just to try and help the city
Yeah.
come back next time. Next time crops kick in.
It's going to be super valuable considering the stress of the food stores and stuff like that in the city that they've been under, having been cut off essentially from all trade for a good 3 or 4 months. They're going to need it. So I think that's going to be awesome. That's going to be excellent for the city.
This is also assuming that the Empire doesn't come back in within the next before the next set of crops can go through.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting thought. What will they do? Sweet. All right. How about Erendor? What do you reckon Erendor would get up to over the next few days?
Now that there's a little bit of less urgency, I'll probably be spending a bit of time looking to see if any signs of a nest. I'm not aware of a nest in the city, but see if anything stands out.
Yeah. So there, I wonder how you would find this. How do you go about searching for it, do you think? Are you going to talk to people, or are you just going to go looking for where the obvious places might be?
Initially, probably looking for the slightly more obvious places.
Yeah.
But then thinking back to in Val Muriel, it wasn't super obvious initially, being relatively well hidden behind or access to through another venue. So I'm expecting not in the most sketchy areas of town, but looking for any businesses that may have a bird or a raven of some kind anywhere in their vicinity, or otherwise just looking for people watching others.
Yeah. Sweet. Roll an investigation check.
So nat 20, good work.
Yep. Nat 20, first roll of the season.
Good work, man.
Oh.
Rolled it privately, man. We have no idea.
Oh, fucking hell.
We went there.
How can I make that? There we go. I rolled a 1.
He rolled a 1.
But reliable talent means it's a 10. Plus my 11.
No way.
So you guys should remember that for the future. Make Erendor do all the investigation checks. Do I want to be mean and say that natural 1 means it's a failure anyway?
Look, you can do what you want. Because I have no knowledge of a nest in this city. I don't know if there is one or not. I cannot remember from previous conversations.
Yeah. I think Erendor wouldn't know. I think in all his travels, he probably wouldn't have actually come this far to the north to check it out. I would say on a 20, even though it's a 1, you would find when you're in the graveyard, which is there's quite a large graveyard over on the previously held imperial side of the city. Poking around, you know a few of the tricks and trades of the ravens. You find a crypt that has like tiny little raven symbol sketched. It's sort of like embossed down on one of the corners, telltale. You have to like rub a bit of snow and moss that's built up on it, but clear sign to indicate that there must be something here. You poke around a bit. We don't necessarily have to go through all of it, but ultimately what you find after figuring out how to sort of unlock the door and get down, find another secret entrance underneath the crypt itself. It looks like it's been long abandoned, and not just for like a few months. You go down into sort of this under, it's sort of similar to the one in Valmerial itself, where it's like a section of rooms and buildings and walls and stuff like that, underground, all made with stone walls. long abandoned, like dust and cobwebs that looks like have been built up for many years, like several years potentially. So yeah, unfortunately, looks like it has been abandoned. Yeah.
So be it. I will leave and make sure everything gets locked up on my way out.
Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. So Berberus has got an interesting thing here. He hasn't been with this group for a while. For as long as everyone else. But through I think some of the previous conversations, it sounded like he was keen to stick with the group. Is that still what he's sort of feeling and thinking?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely chasing the trouble with the Red Priests now that I've run into a bit of undeath with them.
Hmm.
And this crew seems like a group that might run into them a bit more. They're my bait and my chasing hounds to find out where this shit's coming from.
Yeah. So Red Priests, they're quite high up on his mind, is it?
Mm-hmm. Well, initially not, but then they started swinging around undead, which got a very high spike of interest.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
I want to know where this shit's coming from.
Yep. Okay, cool. Anything that Berberus would do you think, over the next few days in the city?
I'd probably be ripping through the old Imperial camp, trying to find where the priests were headquartered, looking for any and all evidence of anything of interest pertaining to a set of Red Priests.
Yeah, I think what would happen? You would potentially interrogate a lot of the prisoners again, and you would find out that they kind of just appeared one day. And they didn't seem to take up residence. They just kind of came and then they vanished. So I don't think Berberus would find like anything written down or anything like that, which was evidence or clues or anything, more than what you had already been given, which was, I think, that one prisoner who had told you the other day that he thinks he saw someone who dressed in a similar way with the Empress in Val Luminor on some ceremony. Yeah.
The fact they're just porting in and out says a lot.
All right, cool. So let's say that a few days go by, and on the fifth day, you get word that the Mawbreakers are getting ready to head out, and it's a opportunity for you guys to come. Assuming that you wanted to come along at the same time.
Well, out of character. My thinking is they're going to be running down the coast to Valmiriel.
Yeah.
And there's a Darkwood right there, right up against the coast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the boat is going to be moving a lot faster than
Us walking.
or a general on foot with troops moving.
Oh, so we could literally beat him to the wood,
That
assuming...
would be maybe match time. How long did it take us to get from the Darkwood to Valnoran? It would have been like a week or two, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think a week or two.
Or from Lighthaven to Valnoran, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's the general noise way back through all those crazy ice adventures that we did across the...
He just
The
tanks it and
melting
brute
snow.
forces through.
So it took you roughly 7 days to get from Lighthaven to Point Blackrock. Then there were, I think it was 5 or 6 days across the Frostway, maybe 7 days.
7 days.
But that was the help of the Frost...
Yeah, the Frost Warden.
the Frost Wardens. I don't think he's got a Frost Warden this time, does he?
No, but he does have boots of ice walking.
Yeah, but he's got a team. He's got a group of people. Because I remember he said Blackmarsh said take a bunch of people with him to the thing, to the Darkwood. While
Either
we're
way,
in
we've been here for about a week, so he's probably halfway to the Darkwood now. Boats would travel significantly quicker, so we'd probably break even, I would guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think Barrett can just tell you, based on what he's traveled these coasts many times. It's a bit tricky to get out of Valnoran when it's all frozen, but it'll be probably, I mean, well, let's look at the map. I think it's like 700 miles. I measured it earlier. Yeah, 600, 700 miles. It's going to be about roughly a week. Boat travels, his particular ship travels 100 miles a day.
We'd probably break even if you wanted to head that way. Either way, we jump out of the Darkwood or we ride it all the way to Valmiriel. It's up to you guys. But
I think boat is better.
The wood sound fun and interesting for a man with a wooden stick and an interesting plan.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's do that then. So you get word Barrick is gathering up the rest of the Mawbreakers who've been making a place for them here in the city. And they start trekking out along with about 50 loyalists from Valnoran. Other groups will be going as well. There are multiple Mawbreaker ships that arrived here, about 4. Barrick, you can go with him. The rest of the other ship captains will be taking other groups of loyalists as well. Marius will come to sort of see you off as you go, and you start to make your trek out of the city. You're going to actually have to head out to the north because Barrick will let you know that when they arrived, they had hidden their ships up further around the coast, up along the north, so that it wouldn't attract Imperial attention when they arrived.
Riv?
Yeah.
Before we leave, because we're a couple of days, aren't we? We're not just one or two. It's not just the one day we spent now, isn't it?
Yeah, so unless you had asked them to leave earlier, they had told you that Barrick was going to leave in about 5 days from the evening of the liberation.
Yeah, can I do one other thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I think I've already asked Erendor this to show me, just to see what's in his Thieves Toolkit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Could I potentially scrounge up a Thieves Toolkit, getting bits and pieces from various shops that are opening up?
Yeah, definitely. It would be there wouldn't be a place that you could buy a completed one where they just have one ready to go because,
Of course.
Yeah, city is kind of in shambles at this point. But I think with Erendor's help, you can start.
Heldar.
Yeah, you can start pulling together lots of different bits and pieces and maybe even getting a few things custom made. Why don't we roll, both of you guys? Shall we say investigation checks? We'll see how you go.
For fuck's sake.
You should be able to just tick at the bottom, the globe.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I'd done that in one of my windows, but I had it duplicated, so it was in the other.
Yeah. I'm juggling 3. Because of all the different annoying things. Awesome. So at 27, that's really, really good. I think you easily find all the things you need. You ask for a few things to be custom made. I think it probably sets you back about 20 gold altogether.
Done.
Yeah. So you can find that in your in the compendium and drag it over.
Would I also do something?
Yeah.
After
It's funny how
2-3 days.
as soon as I say you're leaving, that's when you guys are like, oh, by the way.
I was waiting for a break to butt in. I try not to talk over people.
Yeah. No.
It's and then it fast forward like a couple of days real quick. So I was like, oh, did you just? I just want to go let Hilda see the shield because she asked to see it after I attuned to it the night before, and say that the goddess watches over her.
Yeah. She I think she's still quite shocked by it because she doesn't really have a memory of making it. Like she's got a blackout of memory that evening. looking at it, I think she finds things like styles in the crafting that seem familiar to her. I guess that looks like the sort of thing I would do. But there are also parts of the shield that she was like, I probably couldn't do that if I tried. Like I wouldn't have a clue how to make this intricate little, circular socket that sort of winds in a specific way that can just sort of lock that moonstone in place. So she's very confused by it. She spends a bunch of time just poring over it, trying to learn from it, I think. And appreciates the time that she gets looking at it and learning it from you. Are you trying to talk to her about the god specifically?
She was interested in it. I can assist her if she wants. I can give her enhanceability for an hour while I pick up some of these broken armors and swords and cast mending on it. So I can burn her enhanceability to enhance her intelligence, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, why don't we roll something for her?
Yeah, we'll do
she's
that.
probably got a +2 modifier to it.
So I'll give her, int, and I can give her guidance. All
right, nice. The enhanceability is advantage, eh?
Advantage. And then I can give her a
Alright.
+4 with the guidance.
Ooh, nice. And then we get on the... Oh, huge. 23, right? 23 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she
17.
she gets a blast of inspiration after spending a bit of time, and starts making some sketches rapidly, trying to keep a record of this. And she says to you I think I might know a way that we can replicate some of this for some of our other soldiers in the future. This could be game changing against the Empire.
Could be. You're the master smith.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I try, but the master is Torgard. Cool.
Cool.
All right. Cool. So, as we start to go, as we start to trek out of the city, you go back to your living quarters and collect some of your stuff. As you go to catch up with the guys, the group, and as you start to head out, along the way, as you're sort of walking through the city, you see off to the side, there's a figure just leaning against the building, clearly having placed herself in the way that you guys were going to go. You recognize Ayana, wearing the similar sort of tight black fitted sort of statesman-like clothing. She's got fur cloak on this time to keep warm as it's a little bit chilly out here this morning. And she just sort of, nods to you guys in recognition and sort of gestures for you guys to wander over to her.
Who's she looking at?
You. She's sort of she's clearly placed herself out of the way and put herself in your way so that she could get your attention.
Okay. We head on over.
Yeah. I think you find it a little bit odd. You've had plenty of times to, plenty of time to talk to her up to this point. Why is she meeting you out here away from the keep? I think these thoughts kind of just go through your mind as you come over, but anyway.
Do I remember who Ayana is? This Ayana Wynn?
Yes. Yeah, the advisor to King Marius.
Right, the silverish hair with black clothes, half
moon
moon
spectacles
glasses.
on the tip of her nose. Yeah, and she's
Right.
still wearing the glasses now. The only sort of difference to her attire now is just the cloak that she's wearing for warmth as well. But yeah,
Right.
you can see the same ponytail is still pulled up, very very tight, and the hair goes down to sort of the middle of her back. She's got nice black gloves on now as well to keep her hands warm in the cold. As you come over, she just says, I heard you were leaving with the Mawbreakers as well.
It seems so. We're headed. We got some loose ends to tie off.
Indeed. Sounds interesting. Anything I can do to help? What exactly are you have to do?
Some of us want to chase after our, not exactly friend, I guess. We came up with General Corvas but he became turncoat to us through Black March's magic. So I'm actually trying to figure out what to do from here. Like, we did catch wind that he was headed down back to the Darkwood, so we might try and catch him down there by boat. With the Moorbreakers, of course.
The elusive general, eh? It is indeed one loose thread. It would be good to wrap up. What do you plan to do when you meet him? If you meet him?
I don't know. And I look to Arendor, Rio, and who else is with me? Is Berberus with us?
Yeah, I think whole group will be with you. Yeah, you guys are getting ready to go.
I look to the others for assistance.
Start spinning like 2 arrows in my fingers and like, yeah, he dead.
So you aim to kill this man. It is one way to go about it. Are you sure it might not be more beneficial to try and glean some information? Could be a useful hostage.
Could be. What do you have in mind?
My affairs are here in the city. What you do with your errands is up to you. I merely offer advice. But that's actually not why I wanted to talk to you all. The sketching that you showed us a few days ago in King Marius's chambers, sketching of the design that you took from that priest's back. Could I see that again?
Sure. I stick my hand into the bag of holding and present the... I think
One
it
of
was
the copies.
Yeah, one of the copies. Yeah. I made multiple copies. Yeah.
Did you make multiple copies? I thought it was just one.
No, I think
Oh
it
no, I
actually
spent
was-
one the night after. I'm pretty sure after Berberus asked me to make copies for him, from the copy of the copy to make more copies. Yeah,
Do you give
I'm
the-
pretty sure I would have even sent one of the copies with the messengers.
yeah, you did.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
multiple copies done.
Yeah, cool. So do you present a copy or the original?
a
Copies.
copy. Since I think my calligraphy is pretty good, so I can make them very similar.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. She pulls it out and starts glancing over it again. And again, in this, Kai, you noticed when you had the initial session, you noticed something on her face when she looked at it. She had a reaction, but didn't say anything. This time you can clearly see that she is, she's concentrating. Her brows are furrowed, and you start to see. Actually, why don't we roll? Anyone who would like to roll an
If
insight
it
check?
helps, I'm sitting here with 19 passive insight as well.
Yeah.
I've pretty damn good insight. What's my passive insight?
16 for me.
I have 19.
passive.
I have 19.
20 passive perception.
I think for cool. For maybe should we say that the guys with the 19 passive insight.
Yep.
You see
I'll
tinges of concern and maybe a bit of stress starting to cross her face as she's poring over it. And she looks back up at you and just and says, 100%, you weren't lying when you said you took this from the back of one of those red priests.
No, well, if your soldiers recovered her body from the Temple of Torgar down in the crypts, you would know, I suppose, because her body should be still down there.
Yeah, I must admit, I haven't gone to inspect it myself.
I've been here for a bit. I drink, I swear. I may not be the nicest fella, but I've ever lied to you.
It is true. Yeah, she nods to you, Berberus. She sort of deflates a bit. She's normally a very proud woman, very sure of herself, and she just sort of deflates. And a big sigh. Almost like some barriers that she's held in a social sense. She just sort of lets drop. And you hear her say, This world currently resides on a knife's edge, more than you could possibly know. One wrong move, and it shall fall to darkness. And it is because of this, despite what you've done for the city, I cannot fully trust you yet. So there may be things in what I'm about to tell you that are missing or incomplete. I know that it is unfair considering what I just said, but I need you to trust me. Can you do that?
I nod.
We will take your words under advisement. Trust must be earned. We will remember. We will heed.
Excellent. And likewise right back at you. So I think that this may work. What do you know of the Shattering?
Nothing. Every one of us probably know nothing.
Yeah, I definitely don't know.
Well, our characters might. We don't.
Yeah.
I personally don't know. Can we roll history or religion?
I think Berberus actually, you know what? Berberus probably can as well. All of you can roll history.
Is there any point with rolling history?
Yeah, why not? Oh, actually, no, definitely yes.
I mean, come on, you know my backstory. What's the point of me rolling history on something?
All I'm seeing, Kai, is that you are absolutely certain you know what this is.
I know exactly what it is.
How the fuck have you got a -6?
Wait. Wait. Should I have a rolled long rest for those multiple days, Riv?
You would get one level of exhaustion removed for each day. So yeah, I think you can remove all your exhaustion.
Yeah, because I'm rolling at disadvantage right now, I think.
I think you just get like a negative modifier, right? When you
Yeah, you roll. I mean, you're gonna go that far unless you've had like -1 intelligence, like not just -1 to intelligence, like -1 intelligence for sure.
Yeah.
In which case you are dead.
Rio, you can roll history as well.
Shall I roll again after doing all those long rests?
All right, cool. What do we get? So Berberus 12. And then for the other guys, 17, 16, 11. Rio and Erendor, you actually recall hearing something fairly recently. There was a folk story that Liliana from the Fine Gold Caravan Company, that she had told you a long time ago. And this actually happened in game, so technically, you players would have heard this as well. But I guess at the time it was sort of a little throwaway story. So I think that you guys do roughly remember the mythology based on that folk story. Regardless, you see Ayana. She says, "You know that there was a time before magic was in this world? Very few could wield the arcane arts. There were a few clerics who had communications with the gods, but and you see she sort of like clicks her hand and a sphere of light just like appears and starts to float around her. Magic itself was very rare. Similarly with the creatures and aberrations that you now find crawling the world. About 2,500 years ago, the barriers between the realms of existence themselves were broken. Creatures, monsters, and magic entered the world. The farmer that you knew one day, ploughing the fields, as mundane as the next, could suddenly call flames from his hands. It was a time of absolute chaos. For about 500 years, the time was known as the Chaos Wars, and these were led by cunning evil creatures who sought to break the shattered barrier permanently, and in doing so would unleash a darkness to the world that could not possibly be imagined. They're known to myth as the chromatic dragons. Children speak of them in stories, but I assure you they were all too real, and even more terrifying than the children could imagine. Civilizations fell, the great cities were sundered, until the remaining peoples of the world formed a final united front, led by 7 champions blessed by the gods themselves, and closed shut the shattered portal. You see she pauses here for a moment and just moves a stray strand of hair back behind her ear. That happened about 2 millennia ago, but where does that leave us now, and why am I telling you this? Well, you may see an empire rising, the oppression of your fellow kinsmen suffering, soldiers on your doorsteps. We see seeds of chaos that are all too familiar. The civilization falling overnight, citizens turning against their own, and monsters leaving their dens and attacking people on the roads. We believe the agents of chaos are at work again. Despite what we thought, we now believe that they may not have all been destroyed or banished at the end of the Chaos Wars. And why am I telling you this? They are cunning beyond measure. They could be anyone. The reason I am placing faith in you is because you showed me this. And she taps the drawing. The first true bit of evidence that we have actually found. She pauses again for a moment and just looks back over the sketch. I ask you this. Earn yourself my trust. In your travels, if you find anything that points to more information like this, bring it to me. Find these red priests. Gather the information. It may very well be the most important thing you could be doing. But be warned, if what we fear is true, you cannot let it be known that anyone is aware of their presence, or it could lead to accelerating their plans. What say you?
At this time, I say, do you have a safe space? A safe magical space
You
that
mean
we
right
can
now?
go to? Yeah, right now.
For what reason, Kai?
I look to Berberus. You know that head we took of the Red Priestess? I have speak with dead. The spell.
Seems incredibly dangerous to use with someone who traffics in undead. But no, I'll look to her and say, your call.
I look to her and I ask, is this a good idea, Ayana? If we can't speak with dead on the priestess's head?
I'm conflicted. It could be a way to gather information. On the other hand, if somehow they are able to communicate with the spirits of their own dead, could let them know that someone is delving. How confident are you, Kai, that this might work?
I believe if I pray to my goddess, I think I could make it work. I just don't know if there's a safe enough space to, shut off any magical means of eyes prying on us while when I'm doing this type of magic.
Okay. Let's try it.
Like right here?
Maybe somewhere slightly more secluded. And she smiles a little bit. She passes you back the sketching.
I say, keep it. I've got multiple copies.
Excellent. She clicks her hand and it just vanishes into sparkly dust. Follow me, please. and she turns and just starts to walk around the corner into a sort of secluded side alley where there definitely are no people watching. She sort of claps her hands together, rotates her hands, and like pulls them aside, drawing this line of purple energy between them that she sort of rotates like she's turning a big wheel that she then just sort of pushes forward, slaps onto the side of the wall of the building that you're against, and the wheel continues to turn. And as it turns, it starts to glow and open as it increases in size. She walks up to it and just like pushes against it, and it sort of falls inwards. She stands back and just gestures for you guys. Please enter.
All right,
Magic.
it's pretty cool.
Insight check. She being genuine?
Roll an insight check. Yeah, she seems same as usual. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm stepping on in because anyone who can pull off magic of that level is not someone you say no to with a
Yeah.
plan.
Hey, you can say no once.
Yeah.
All right,
Um,
No, I give her a look up and down before I go in, but yeah, in I go.
You enter
She
in.
did reveal her ears, didn't she?
Say again, sorry?
Did reveal her ears, didn't she?
No.
Not right now, no. She
I'll step on in.
still appears human. Inside is a very simple landing, very minimal. Marble floors. It's maybe 30 feet long. Couple of like pots on either side of the room with just some trees growing out of them, and a door on the far side of the room. Nice big ornate wooden thing. Double doors, nice silvery door handles. She comes in behind you and closes the door that you entered. She closes that. And she says, "Welcome to my tower. This is my personal space, and so you will forgive me if I don't allow you any further into the tower. But here I've made a space that we can communicate. We are entirely cut off from the rest of the world. No one will bother us here. Kai, please go ahead."
Sure. Do you have something that could cover my face? I think
head.
when I use this spell, I don't want the corpse to be able to see what I look like.
How do you mean cover your face?
Just like just a mask or something. Or should I make one? I can just use shape water and put it over my
I
face.
throw you the red cloak of the Hand of the Empire and go, here, throw this half over your face.
All right, I do that. I make a makeshift cloth mask with the cloak of the red cloak.
While he
And-
does that, I'll throw disguise self on myself as well to change my
Yeah.
appearance completely.
Let's tell everyone you don't want this head to recognize you.
I'm sure we can stand behind it and organise a bit of backlighting behind the person asking questions.
Yeah, actually, what questions do you want to ask, Ayana? Like, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what these red priests are. Like, are there 5 questions? We have 5 questions the goddess has told me that we can ask before we can't ask anything more.
Indeed. Finding out who it serves would be the key objective as far as I'm concerned. Learning where their place of headquarters would be another key thing.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
what
2.
their plans are. How about yourself? Is there anything you wish to learn?
I don't know. I look to Berberus. You
I want to
see,
know their links to the Empire.
Link to the Empire, core combat weakness.
okay. Very smart. All right, let's go with that. Can anyone ask these questions, or does it have to be me?
It has to be you, I believe.
All right, I open the bag of holding, and I pull out the decapitated head of the red priestess.
Before you start the ritual,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to reach into my bag and pull out a little bit of dust and let it run through my fingers. And, hey, Mr. DM,
Yeah.
how does the world feel about what we're about to do?
The world?
I receive an omen from another worldly entity, consulting with the spirits of nature, the essence of the world soul. We about to fuck up.
So I give you like a vibe or something, right?
Yeah, I linked it in the chat.
Oh, there we go. Cool. I would say in this particular case, indifference. You
Okay.
probably get the feeling that you are not on the world anymore.
Fair enough.
Before I'd like to do something else before Kai cast a spell.
Yeah, go ahead.
Speak with the dead. I think you've done this before. I can do this now as well. And I'm just trying to figure out which one you need. I've got enhance ability.
Oh, I thought you meant you could speak with the dead also, and I was like, oh yeah, go ahead.
I have enhance ability. I'm like, which one do you work? And I'm pretty sure speak with the dead. Once one person uses it on that dead, the spell will never work on that thing again.
I have pretty high wisdom, but I don't know. Like this
We're
is
gonna
my
need
first time.
charisma or wisdom to try and talk.
Yeah,
talk
I
this
don't think
thing.
you're making any persuasion checks.
Well, I'm not persuading. I just ask
Yeah.
questions, and
Yeah.
the corpse answers if it knows, or if it doesn't, it either answers or not. I just get 5 questions, and it answers
okay.
based on their soul, if they know if they have knowledge or not.
So enhance ability would be pointless then.
I suppose. Yeah, I don't. Unless you enhance ability of the dead, I suppose. If I bring it back, if it can remember better.
No. You just get to you advantage on one of your 6 stats.
Leave it for now. I don't think it would help that much, but yeah. Anyone else want to do something before I set up this ritual circle?
I'm back, sorry. It just started raining and I had to go and open doors.
Nope. All right. I start burning some incense that I had from my pouch, and I start incanting some words I didn't know before that were taught to me by the goddess, and I cast Speak with Dead on the head of the red priestess that is on the floor.
Cool. Can you just go over everything that you've prepared?
I just lit a bit of incense, and I drew
Sorry, I
it.
mean in terms of like what sort of setup you've done. Like you said you'd put on a red cloak or something like that.
Oh yeah, I put on a red
Rio.
cloak over my face to cover my face.
Oh, so you just have like draped over your face?
I guess it's like, like when you go to the desert and you see the desert raiders, and
Yeah.
you kind of wrap it around your face to prevent sand and dust and stuff.
Okay.
So just the eyes are showing.
And Rio, you've got disguise self up. The rest of you.
I think the rest of it would just be standing behind so it can't look at us.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Since it has no neck.
All right. The spell starts to take hold. The circle on the ground that you've magically sketched out just kind of pulses, just briefly, faintly once, and then and just like erupts into bright white light for a moment. There's sort of these lights just sort of like spiral and circle themselves in and just hit the head that is lying in the center of it. The head shakes and like almost animates as it tilts up. Its mouth hangs open and you just hear a breath like as the eyes slowly open and just turn to look at you, Kai.
I'm just a little bit shocked. It's working. It's alive. Or I think it's alive. And I ask, Who do you work for?
Can you make a deception check with advantage since you have wrapped yourself?
Sure.
The voice comes back very kind of croaky and hollow, almost like it's being whispered down through a very, very long hallway. And you just hear it say, Empress Morgana Eventide.
That's bad. Where are you located? Where is your main base of operations?
Specific should I be?
We can roll. Roll if she remembers.
Well, two things this, but a corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are antagonistic towards it or it recognizes you as an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what perception was.
Hence the deception check. The voice comes in and just whispers, Valveria.
I'd tell Donda to write that down. I have no idea where that is. I whisper to Berberus, so we know that they're working with the Empire. We need like another question to like fill in your question that you want to ask.
Those pings are going crazy.
I haven't got any pings.
I'm typing the answers up so that we actually have them.
All right, let me ask this question. What weaknesses do the Red Priests have?
Give me a moment to ponder this.
She's going to say clerics. Clerics are all...
What's the word? I wanna give you like one word.
Radiant or something. I don't know.
No, well you found when you were fighting her that she wasn't particularly affected by radiant energy. Like it wasn't like she wasn't vulnerable to it. I think she probably will just say knowledge. She's not going to tell you her weakness.
Knowledge, hey? Okay. Looks like we'll need to find out more about these Red Priests. Two more questions. Actually, what are plans of the Red Priests and the Empire?
Maintain control of the citizenry until the time is right.
That makes sense. That explains why this battle up north was so important. Why Valnor? Well, it looks like we need to start some uprising. Alright, one last question, people. Let's make it a good one. I look at Ayana. I've asked all the questions that you wanted. Was there one more?
It's a tough position to put me in as a player because how can I design a question that's I then have to answer?
That's true.
Yeah.
Berberus, was there anything you wanted to ask before we run out of time? I've only got 10 minutes on this spell.
I'm thinking.
It doesn't have to be Berberus. It could be Erendor or Rio.
So we've asked them what the weaknesses are, where they're based.
Yep.
This may be a waste,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not doing anything anyway.
Yep.
Who does the Empress serve?
I look at Ayana. How does she react to that question?
She just nods. Good
All right,
question.
let's go.
We could also
Sorry?
ask how many red priests there are.
Oh, that's also a good question too. What's more important?
I personally want to know how far this goes,
Okay,
but
it doesn't.
we'll find out when we beat him into the fucking ground.
We can always find another red priest, right? Hopefully, if we're gonna hunt these people down. Okay, I will ask the question for you. Who does the Empress serve?
Mouth hangs open again and says, Karazov, the Crimson Shadow. And then it just like kind of dissolves into sludge.
Off. I'm so
looks-
sorry. I look at Ayana. I'm sorry I made a mess. I wasn't expecting that to happen.
She looks very shaken, and she just says, no problem, and waves a hand, and it just like cleans and disappears entirely. Well, that was certainly telling.
I know, right?
Care to elaborate on that name? What was the name again?
Karazov. Karazoth. Karazov, the Crimson Shadow.
I was about to say, you cannot forget the suffix to that name.
The Crimson Shadow?
Yeah.
Sounds gruesome. Does that name mean anything to you?
She, she's looking pretty grim. Face has gone a bit more pale. And you see she's got a hand that she's just pressing her thumb and finger into her eyes. I am very familiar with that name. We thought that he had died with the rest of them, but apparently he managed to slither away while being eradicated. Karazov was one of the lieutenants from the Chaos Wars. If the priest was not being deluded, or if the priest was telling the truth, then our worst fears have been confirmed.
When you say ow,
Yes, there has been a owl and a we and a us multiple times.
I'm just going to lean back against the wall and cross my arms.
Roll insight. Actually, don't worry about it. You're fine. She looks very conflicted. Look. The order that I come from is old, and we follow rules. If I were to tell you any more than I have, the rules would be broken. Already, what I have told you is potentially risking everything. If word of this gets out, if Karazov learns of us, it could mean the end of everything we've been working towards. I said it's not fair for me to ask you, but can you just trust me?
That who's been working towards?
Me and my order.
What order?
What she's saying.
What's it called?
As I said, this is one of those things that I just need you to trust me.
All right, let's forget about who you work for. You're obviously not working for this Karazoth, the Crimson Shadow.
You know what?
Thing.
Roll a persuasion check. I'll give you guys
mean me?
advantage. 20. 20.
Don't tell us what we need. Just tell us if we get there.
Okay.
You're
less
asking.
depressing.
I'm not rolling because I'm not asking this question.
Two of you can
you want
roll,
me to
or
roll?
one of you can roll with advantage.
Whoever's asking this question.
What did you want rolled?
Persuasion.
You guys don't have a face anymore.
Yeah, I have -2 persuasion.
Advantage or normal?
I'm a half face.
If one of you is rolling, you got advantage, or two of you can roll separately.
You or me, Lesser, flip a coin.
You do you.
No, I'll roll with advantage.
She again, you see her her reconstructed posture deflate again as she realizes that, well, she realizes a lot of things that would be difficult to explain, but she turns away from you and just like walks towards the closed double doors, shoulders slump a bit, and as she sighs again, and she just kind of looks up. I don't know if I have the strength anymore. This may be the wrong thing. I could be dooming us all, but I just get the feeling something is telling me that you all may be the key. With the backstall turned to you, she gets her hands and sort of crosses them in front of her body, and almost in a way that you would see someone like taking off their shirt or whatever, she just sort of spirals her hands around her body and up as you see this trail of sort of purplish smoky magic kind of start to encircle up her body. Her features, like, she becomes slightly taller, slightly more angular. Her posture sort of straightens out again. You see as the smoke reaches her head, the hair itself kind of stays very, very similar, but you see her ears start to elongate and her cheekbones and jaw also become angular as she turns to face you. Slightly larger than average eyes, very sharp purple irises staring at you. She reveals herself as an elf. And she just says, "Me and my order are the last remnants of the elves on Valtora, and we have been working for the past century to try and uncover the truth of what this empire is about. I will tell you no more than this, for now. But in me showing you this, know that I have placed a great deal of trust in you. I'm sure you have heard what has happened to my people on this continent. We're persecuted, hunted, killed. I'm sure there are many of us in those dungeons under Val Luminor. If word were to get out that there are more of us still working in the shadows, it would be doom for us all. More than myself, for everyone, potentially for the whole world. And so now you know.
I was just shocked. I just went, Rio, she looks like you. I mean, you look like her. And I point to the ears, like, no disrespect or anything, but
Drops the sky self, takes off the hood and the bandana.
Oh, I already knew about you, Rio. We actually had a chat the other day. I am deeply sorry, genuinely. And she comes over and places her hand on your shoulder. I am very sorry. I had to take memories from you. I opened up to you because I thought that you may have been one of us, but it turns out you're a bit of a perplexing story.
Yes, all I know about myself... Wait, you did what?
I foolishly revealed myself to you in the keep. Because I had assumed that you were a colleague of mine pulling a prank on me. It turns out that, in fact, you were not. You were someone that had been left behind by the looks. And so I had to take your memory, and for which I am deeply sorry.
Yeah, left behind's right. All I know about myself is this all I have about myself is this ring, and I show her the ring this time.
You hold the ring out? Is it like on your finger?
Yeah, I actually turn it around so she can see the symbol on it, instead of keeping it in the palm of my hand hidden.
She kind of looks down and glances at it for a moment. Looks back up at your face and back down. Rio, can you roll a strength saving throw with disadvantage? She steps back from you and with both hands just like pushes the air forward. You feel a force hit your entire body as you're slammed against the back wall of the room. Your arms and legs just pinned to the side, unable to move as she telekinetically holds you up against the wall, and she just says, "Where did you get this?"
What?
Speak before I tell you limb from limb.
This is the only thing I've ever had on me. I know nothing.
What do you mean? Specifics. Tell me exactly what you mean.
All I can remember is waking up in the dark wood with the clothes on my back, a bow by my side, and this on my finger.
She reaches out to the air and clenches as you feel the force tighten even harder. You find it's starting to be difficult to breathe as it goes around your neck. Are you lying to me? Are you working for the Empire?
Fuck no! Fucking help!
What are the rest of you guys doing at this point? Yeah. So.
Shillelagh has empowered, giving her some very meaningful looks.
Are any of you taking actions against her?
I'm about to pop hold person as soon as she casts another spell. If she does another spell.
Okay. Yeah. So
aggressive is not fatal, but there is definitely an edge of drop it.
Yeah. She kind of looks out at you all, and as she sees you starting to like act, and she starts to cast another spell as she waves her hand in the air. You can cast hold person if you like, Kai.
Sure.
Can I try and throw silence at her?
Potentially. We have to sort of resolve the initiative here. That's everything's happening quite quickly. I think you're probably pretty well restrained. Kai, you go to cast Hold Person, and she just, in the middle of casting her other spell, clicks a counter spell and deletes your Hold Person. She finishes casting her spell, and the four of you, minus Rio, find yourselves teleported into the air above Valnoran. You're about 2,000 feet up. Rio, inside the tower, she like pulls you off the wall, and with her hand opens up the door that you entered, swings open, and she walks out with you, sort of floating. Closes the door behind you, and you just see it vanish as she has removed you from her personal space. The rest of you are just falling. You can see like the full city below you. You can see,
We've got 11 seconds?
Something like that. Probably more than 11 seconds. I don't know how. It's like thousands and thousands of feet in the air. You're not going to hit the ground for a couple of minutes, probably. She continues to hold you up against the wall, Rio. As she walks forward, tell me the truth. Are you being honest? And Rio, roll a persuasion check. With advantage, actually, because you are telling the truth.
Oh, thank fuck. I thought that was a 3 and a 5.
Okay. She starts walking towards you as she's like holding you up against the wall.
My whole life, I've just been hiding from the Empire. Why the fuck would I work for them?
You can
I've
see
been
she's
betrayed. I've been betrayed just because they know what I look like. Why the fuck would I serve them? Assuming I can actually breathe.
Yeah, I think she's not trying to suffocate you. You can see tears are starting to well up. Her eyes are going like red. The whole demeanor of professionalism and knowledge and experience has just vanished at this point. She is rage. She is grief. Hearing your responses, she drops to her knees in front of you, and her hands go to her sides, and you just fall to the ground in front of her. As the spell sort of stops affecting you, what do you do? Rio?
We're falling.
While Rio ponders what he does, the rest of you guys just falling. What are you guys feeling about this? What are you doing?
Out of character, I have suspicions. In character,
Sorry, I jumped my tower and the whole fucking thing froze up.
I guess I just mean if there are any actions you guys would take.
Yep, I would do my. Oh yeah, you go ahead.
Prepping a misty step for when I am 30 foot from the ground.
Yep, cool. Erendor?
I'm considering putting a long strider on someone else to make them fall 10 feet per second faster.
Don't one of those two have Featherfall? Kaya or Donda?
I don't have it, but I plan to summon my, what's it called? My familiar, my raven, and turn into a mouse. Get my raven to catch me.
Yeah. You're falling. You see that the ground is starting to get closer. Back on the ground. Ayana is on her knees in front of you, Rio. You've just been dropped to the ground. Her head is sort of like bowed, and she is waiting for you to say something. As the rest of you are starting to fall down, like directly above, you get to within 120 feet, and she, like, without even really blinking, just kind of like lifts one finger as she casts Featherfall on all of you, and you just slowly start drifting down. You were probably planning to do something with your raven, but you feel the magic grip you all as the Featherfall encompasses you. Rio, what do you do?
Sorry, because I just swapped back from phone to PC. I missed a little bit there.
You're right. So your companions are falling. She's just cast Featherfall on them to, as they got within range. But she's still on her knees in front of you as you've just been dropped from the wall. as you're gasping for breath, and you see her, she's just like head bowed, like shoulders slightly shaking, and as you see tears running down the front of her face.
What did you do to my friends? Where are they?
They're fine. They'll be here soon. And she just like points up.
I look up. Do I see them?
Yep. They're about 100 feet up. Just like slowly drifting down above you.
So you know what this ring means?
She looks up at you. The rest of you now just sort of like drop around, unless there's something else you've done to move yourself. You land now back into the alleyway. She looks up at you and just says, "Do you not?"
Riv, out of character.
Hmm.
Because I've got a fucking horrible memory. Did I get told what this ring is back on the boat after we blew up the fucking bridge? Something tells me I found out what it was.
Nah,
So I don't know what the symbol is still.
you do not.
Alright, so I'm going to press it for what is this? What is it?
It is hope. That's what it is.
Hope of what?
This has been a very strange day.
You're not the one just fell a few thousand feet.
You guys okay?
I am sorry about that, but let's just say my emotions overcame me for a second. Are you alright?
No, I go to the nearest wall and I throw out my breakfast.
Yeah. Just all over the ground.
Yeah, I'm used to it because I'm used to looking through eyes that are flying around up there.
Hmm.
I'm still not happy.
Well, I've been asking you to trust me. Now I'm asking you to forgive me. That was very badly mannered. If this is true, she looks at you, Rio. You... Well, there's only one way to find out. For sure. I'm going to be breaking all of the rules today, aren't I? She looks up again. Such a strange day. Well, I hope you all didn't have any plans for today. Would you like to care to gather around? I will be shortly transporting us somewhere.
Wait, where?
She stands up and just sort of like holds her arms out to gesture for you to gather around closer. Please, you need to be close to me.
The mall breakers are expecting us. Is anyone able to alert them that we will not be joining them?
I've got a general to go and kill. Where the hell do you want to take me now? Still like holding my throat.
Sure. Well, I'll send a message to Barak with my sending. I'll just say, the Bloody Nails will not be joining you today. Head out without us.
A few moments go by. You hear the voice return. Oh. Is everything all right, Kai?
I send another message. I go, all is fine. We will meet up soon enough. Just some things we need to work out.
Very well. Stay safe, my friend. I hope to see you soon.
Cool. I'll leave it at that. Leave it at that. Yeah, we're good.
So be it. Step forward.
How close does she want? Like to hug her or something?
Nah, she just needs you to sort of be within like a 5-foot area. She sort of turns slightly. She sort of pirouettes on the spot. Hands reach out again, forming these nice sort of lines that she's been doing. Creates a sort of spiraled line around her that sort of curves up into the air above, and then it sort of expands, covers all of you, and then she like brings her hands in, snaps them in, and the spirals kind of pull and contract around you. They don't force or tug you in any way, but as they pass through you, you find yourselves like getting shifted. It's like, imagine you're looking across a very long distance across the plains. You can see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles to mountains. Imagine that space compresses, so the mountains like appear right in front of you, and you haven't moved, you haven't physically walked anywhere, but the distance between you and those mountains has just shrunk, and you along with it. This happens. You see land, you see trees, you see mountains. Almost like your vision compresses as you see along this portal of land. It's this very weird kind of like psychedelic effect as the whole space compresses, and you immediately look around and you're standing somewhere different.
Does it make me feel more sick after falling?
Make a constitution saving throw. You'll see.
Oh no.
It is a bit dizzy feeling, yeah.
Alright.
All of us, or
Just Kai. He was the only one that said. On a 14, I think that you probably do feel a bit dizzy, a little bit nauseous, but you just managed to kind of hold it in. Especially you've been quite exhausted the last few days, so but yeah, you're okay.
All right.
You find yourselves all in a very different place, and I think we'll take a break here, so you guys can have a moment and go and get a drink, some noms, and we'll come back to a completely derailed story after the break.
I literally just wrote in the group chat that I didn't mean to hijack the story.
Oh boy. Okay, I'll switch off the thing.
the keeping of the beer. The lad will lay work and the lass will learn. The lad will lay work and the lass will learn.
Cool. Yeah, you find yourselves somewhere new. Climate is warmer is the first thing you notice. You don't have that cold, biting wind that you've gotten so used to up in Valnoran. Eyes slightly adjust to the brighter light here. There's no longer a perpetual overcast cloud. It's actually quite a nice day where you are. You have a look around. You're standing on a dock in a harbour. Quite a nice looking dock, actually, like big white stones. Massive, huge. Like looking back out behind you, they could probably hold hundreds of ships. And there are a couple in the harbour. About 2 or 3 very elegantly carved ships that look old and run down. Different sort of style to the very, how would you say, rustic style of the Moorbreakers. There is also another ship, slightly smaller, a bit more kind of plain and vanilla, with red sails. This ship looks newer, less run down, and it is currently docked a few sort of bays down from you. Looking around at the city, you can see the dock, the buildings themselves nearby you. Beautiful, elegant buildings. White stone. A couple of them have nice sort of like swirling spirals coming off the top. The balconies, very intricate, like sort of white, silvery steel railings. All the windows, there isn't like a single window that doesn't have some sort of flair to it. But it is marred by a century of abandonment. There are vines and trees growing up through the stones. A lot of the buildings themselves are being choked by these bushy vines and brambles and stuff like that are growing through. Growing up through the, some of them poking into the windows themselves. A lot of the wooden parts of the exteriors have started to rot. Some of them have fallen away. You stand there, and Ayana takes a few steps forward and just kind of looks around, taking it all in. And she kind of sighs. Well, it's been a while, but it is nice to be home. Welcome, my friends, to Ethelmara. Follow me, please. And she starts to lead you forward. Anything you guys want to do immediately upon arriving?
Are the ships like on water, or are they flying ships, like how we were on a flying ship way back?
Were you on a flying ship?
No.
Am I confused? Were we on a flying ship?
I think you've been taking the same trips as Gondar.
I thought didn't we fight harpies on a flying ship, or am I tripping balls?
That was a normal ship, man.
Oh, okay.
The harpies were flying.
Yeah.
The ship was sailing.
It was definitely sailing because armored people went overboard.
Yeah, and they were struggling.
I'm just feeling a bit sick, guys.
No, you're good. So a couple of ships.
I'll pull out my pipe of smoke monsters and puff out an owl, and it'll fly up and turn into my familiar and go do the big circle scout.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. And you look through his eyes.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Just as we're following, I'll pop in and out.
Yeah. Is this sort of like a bit of flavor you've got? You're summoning the familiar from the pipe. It's cool, like that. Yeah. Alphys, you pop in, you have a quick look over the city. So yeah, just back on the ships. So they're docked in the water. The 2 or 3 clearly Elvish ships are old and run down. Lots of like sort of rot started to gather in them now. The sails have tattered to pieces. There is that one ship with red sails that clearly looks imperial, which looks newer. Like you don't see anyone on board it, and you don't see anyone around. But yes, but that is there. From the bird's eye view, you see the city just carries on inland for miles. Deeper inside, you can see a much larger set of structures. Clearly, there's a central confluence of the city with a large keep or something. A few slightly larger buildings scattered around the side. Plenty of smaller homes. The city is laid out in a much more organized and sort of intricate and careful way than your classic sort of ancient human city that you've been to so far. Clearly designed intentionally from the get-go. The streets might be circular and curved around, and everything is nicely in its place. But a very clear theme of abandonment and nature starting to reclaim. It is built up into the forest. So behind you can see the massive sort of inlet, huge ocean lake that's coming in that the city's built up against, and to the other side, just dense forests as far as the eye can see. And those trees have started to sort of engulf the city and encroach upon its boundaries. Yeah. Following Ayana in, she's kind of taking it all in as well. Clearly been some time since she was here. Just sort of looking around. Every now and then she will wander over to a building, just stand in front of it and just sigh as you see she's staring off into the distant past, reminiscing. She leads you down through the city, clearly heading towards the central parts of the buildings. Every now and then she might take a slight detour as she clearly is wanting to go past some park or some area that maybe she misses. I will have everyone in the group apart from Rio make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
That's bad.
Lippy, lippy.
While this is happening, do I notice any religious worship theme to any of the structures, buildings, if they worshipped any gods?
Ooh.
99.
You can make a what would you make?
Religion
How about
check? Or
how about a perception or investigation to see if you spot anything first?
yeah, I'll try and perceive.
Yeah. Cool. Alrighty.
At any places we go past where there is Elvish writing, any signs or buildings or anything like that, I would like to attempt to read it, knowing that I know Elvish, but vaguely only things that I have from my early childhood.
It's probably been a few decades since you really actively used it, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Just enough that she knows that I've some rudimentary knowledge of the language.
Oh, so you sort of read it out loud,
Yep.
Yeah, cool. All right, let's go through a couple of these things. So, Kai and Berberus, 16. All right, sweet. There, you all start to notice this humming sound in your ears. You kind of reach up and try to get your ear a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit of just I don't know, some damage or something from fighting you've done recently. But when as soon as you cover your ear, you notice it's actually not in your ear. Is it in your head itself? Are you imagining it? As you get sort of further into the city, it starts to get a bit more intense. Erendor and Donda, you take 12 points of psychic damage. Berberus and Kai, you take half of that. You take 6. The perception check, I think you wouldn't notice anything at this part of the city in particular that looks super religious. I think what you would notice is, I mentioned earlier to Berberus, he saw some larger buildings further into the city, sort of scattered around in the periphery. You probably get the feeling that one of those, or some of them, might have been built more intentionally for religious worship, if any. But you haven't noticed anything specifically where you are. If you wanted to go and investigate some of those larger ones, you would have to trek over to there to check them out.
Does his owl take psychic damage as well?
No. No, it does not. Cool. And yes, and so you read things out, Erendor. You see like the name of a tavern. It's called the Verdant Rose is this tavern that you guys are currently wandering past. A couple of bright, big stained glass windows with this red rose symbol on each one. The door itself is circular as opposed to standard sort of door. Run down again though. You can see funnily enough, roses are growing up around it and starting to encroach upon it. You sort of mention that to her, and Ayana sort of looks over you and cocks her eyebrow. You know a bit of our language, do you?
I correct his pronunciation.
Well, I am glad to
Very
see
minimal.
that while my people has left the land, the language has not. Where did you all learn?
My parents. A long, long time ago.
My mother. Last we know, she's been captured by the Empire and is held below Valluminor, as many others
no.
are.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. There must be something that we must do something about that, and soon, particularly given what we now know. When did you hear of this, and do you know how long she's been there? Are you sure she's still alive?
You know as much as I know now.
Okay.
It was some weeks ago that I found out, and that news could be old. There's very little certainty we have.
Do you have anything of hers? Any trinket or item or some picture?
I'm afraid not. She vanished one day. My father and I spent years looking, trying to find any trace, and if anyone has anything, it will be him.
Okay. I could potentially try to see her. I could scry upon her if I were to get some item of her or some knowledge of her appearance. It could let us know if she is okay. Do you recall what she looks like? You could try to describe her, maybe? Or do you believe that your father may be the key?
I believe my father will be the key. I was very young when she vanished.
Okay. If you do manage to find more, I would be happy to help. I'll scry up on her and do what I can. But that, yes, we do need to do something. We need to free our people.
You have my thanks.
Can I get the 4 of you guys to roll another Constitution saving throw as you walk for another sort of 30 minutes or so deeper into the city? Not you, Rio.
We're aware we're taking damage.
I
think we would feel the pain in our brain.
Can I mention this to her?
you should you roll your one as well.
Roll my
Constitution save.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna say I'm not
I'm
feeling
about to say,
great.
on the second one, I was immediately going to stop and deal
My
with this.
brain is hurting.
One can just be a pain in the head. You get that. Twice.
Max damage. Let's go. Donda, you take half of that. The rest of you take 24 damage.
God damn.
So I take another 12.
Do I notice that Rio, nothing's happening, not getting these pain head stabs? Do we all get at the same time?
I think that it would go through the arcane ward, by the way, if that's annoying to update. It's psychic damage. It's happening directly into your conscious.
Do I notice this happening to the
Well,
guys?
it's automatically taking it off. So.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It'll be a pain probably to change it. I think this time, especially as the rest of you start to grimace in pain, Rio, you sort of look around, you see your companions like clutching their heads, toppled over. Well, starting to sort of like lean over as they're holding themselves in pain.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You okay?
On the second one, I immediately stop and just slam my staff into the ground and go, right. Everyone else is getting that too.
Yep. And I will react and cast Aid on at 4. Well, I can do 5th level. Let's do 5th level.
Okay, good. Ariel. Anything you're forgetting?
Not.
Yeah, Ayana turns around as this is happening. She looks at you guys, sort of clutching yourselves in pain, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. Oh boy. When my people left, we placed enchantments upon the whole island, so that the Empire would not be able to come in and occupy. Anyone not an elf will be suffering severe, shall we say, psychological pain. The staying here long term would be unbearable. It was quite a crafty enchantment, I may say so myself. And look, it appears to have actually worked. And she, at this, where you've stopped, she's like pointing down a side street. You can actually see about 3 or 4 soldiers with red cloaks that are just like toppled over in the street, leaning against the wall. One of them's like clearly just like sort of, rolled up in pain on his knees on the ground, just holding their heads, just dead. Their skeletons are starting to show through as their flesh is like rotted away. They're clearly, maybe a year or 2 old. I imagine those were the ones that came on that ship. Well, let's move quickly. There isn't a whole lot I can do. If you're able to not be humans, that could help.
I was about to say, only affects non-elves, and I will just immediately shift into badger form.
As you shift into a badger form, that pressure, that weight that's just been pressing on your brain immediately disappears.
I see that happen, and I guess I turn into my mouse. I summon my raven because I see the owl is still out and about, and then I turn into a mouse, and I get carried by my raven.
Okay. As this is happening, Ayana sort of like turns around and says, "Oh, hello, little one." And there's like a blackbird that's flying down, and she like holds out her hand. Little blackbird, orange beak, just like lands on her finger, and it's just like tweeting at her. And she's like, I know, yes. Very impressive, very impressive. Oh, is that right? And you're just like having a conversation with a blackbird. She leans over, she turns around to the rest of you and just says, "Come on, let's go quickly. We don't want you guys to be suffering for too long. We should be through it soon." And she picks up the pace, goes a lot faster. All right.
I hang as close to Erendor and Dondar as I can, just in case they need some healing.
Yep. I think
Let me know how you're feeling, guys.
cool. Before we
I'm
get
good for now.
to the destination, just one more for Erendor and Donda.
Ah, great.
Yeah, you guys have aid though. I've given Erendor and Donda extra 20 to their HP pool.
Yep. Just
And myself. Yeah.
8 damage. Or yeah.
So I take any damage?
You do your
Oh,
con
shit,
save?
sorry.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yep, just 8 damage. All good. She rapidly picks up the pace, and you can follow her through the winding and twisting streets. She starts taking you towards not the main central confluence of buildings, but there is a separate sort of larger set of buildings off to the side. This one in particular looks quite, how would you describe it? Quite elegant, probably. It stands out a bit than the rest of the buildings we've been going past. Very tall, narrow spires, up hundreds of feet into the sky. There's clearly, looking platforms up at the top. Sort of looks arcane-ish, I guess. Looks like potentially somewhere where a arcane practitioners might reside. She takes you up to the base, or the steps that lead up into the set of buildings at the ground level. You see she looks up and just, 1,000 emotions cross her face as she sees somewhere that she's clearly spent a lot of her life, and looks over, quickly gestures for you to follow her inside, and takes you inside the building. It's run down in here as well. Clearly century of neglect. Takes you through a few corridors to a room quite deep into the back, into the back of the building. It's a large, wide, circular room. There is a sort of dais in the very center of the room. It's raised up, sort of like a circular table, almost made entirely of pure white stone. You can see the base, the top of the table has got this circular, quite ornate engraving the whole way, quite deep, carved engravings that sort of spiral and circle their way into the very center, where there is a small circular slot. The room itself is sort of wide and plain. There isn't really much in here. The sides of the walls have got like carvings into them, I guess, just depicting just, I guess, moments in time, things that have happened. There's carvings of people talking, carvings of people fighting large beasts. There's trees. There's all sorts of things like that, sort of like carved in this circular room. She turns to you, Rio, and says, "Are you ready? This will show once and for all if what you have said is true, or even if what you believe to be true was true. I'll tell you this before we go too much further. If this doesn't work, I may have to take drastic measures. But why don't we just see? So please, as you like, place your ring in the very center of the dais.
You want me to do what?
Your ring. Please take it off and place it in the center of the dais.
I take it off and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen?
It will prove beyond any shadow of a doubt if what you're saying is true, and if what I am hoping is the case. We may find ourselves in a better position than we were before. I'll tell you this, everything will change.
Okay. I place the ring where she said pointed at.
You can drop it in. It's sort of, you feel like a magnetic tug as it gets close to it. The top of the ring. Do you want to describe to the group what it looks like? I'm not sure if we have before, right?
I don't think so. I got to find the photo I sent you. Jesus.
Just look down. It's on your finger.
I believe I have it if you want.
Yeah, I know you have it, and I don't remember if I saved it locally. I'm just scrolling up at the moment.
I can chuck it in Foundry if you like, or do you not want the people to see that much?
I was going to throw it in general. There
Yeah,
it is.
Just describe it. Come on.
Yeah, you should describe it.
Okay, so there's I had to find it to remember what it looked like, guys. Give me a second. So on this ring, there is a square symbol. Inside the square symbol, there is 2 separate circles. The inner circle has got a red spirals going out to a red circle on a blue background, and then there's a yellow spiral going out with yellow spirals going out with 4 stars around the outside. And it looks like this. The only other person who's seen this was the lady on the Moorbreaker ship. I haven't shown any of you guys this.
The Alaris, do you mean?
No, on the
Oh.
Moorbreaker ship after we blew it up, and she said she didn't know what it was.
Oh, that lady, the one that you nuked.
No, the friendly one.
Oh, it was probably
Oh, but you
Lyrian,
mean-
right?
Oh yeah, my stepmom.
Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I think she probably wouldn't recognize it. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And the design here clearly seems to be mirrored in the engravings on the stone top. Ayana has appeared skeptical this whole time. As you approach the dice and you see that symbol, you already know. You already know what this is. There's no shadow of a doubt. You've seen this symbol every single day of your life. You place it in, and the top part of the ring, the part with the symbol, clicks down onto the inside of this little indentation. You feel that magnetic tug as it slots in. As soon as it slots in, the little symbols that are on the outside of the dais, they start to glow as well. Just they start to light up. Little bits of stone where the symbols sit pop out. They turn. They pop back in. Parts of stone start to move and circle along the base. It's almost like an engine starting to light up. All these different little components and compartments popping out, twisting, turning back in. The sort of culminates in the light of these symbols making their way up to the top part of the dais. The engraving starts to light up, and the circles that sort of come inward. It's like water being poured into this engraving as it just slowly fills up the grooves, making their way to the very center where the ring sits. As soon as the light hits the ring, just this large pulse, and all of the carvings around the sides of the room, they themselves also light up. Ayana, you just hear her gasp as soon as this starts to happen. She drops to her knees, and you sort of take a step back as unsure what's going on. The engine in the center here starts to spin. Everything's glowing. Everything's sort of ramping to this confluence, and then it just sort of slams back down, like super heavy noise. Just booms out. All the light from the engravings flash another time. And the space behind the dais, so there's, like I said, there's big, large, empty room. Directly behind where you're standing, sort of on the far side of the room, you see reality itself just tear, just like a zip opening, and it splits open, just like rapidly goes, and it just almost tears open. The edges of the tear and spaces kind of glowing this faint greenish sort of, dark greenish sort of color. And you can, just see space either side of it, but through it on the inside, you can see green forest pastures. You can see a land beyond. If you look back over your shoulder, you see Ayana, just tears pouring down her face at this.
That's what? Just what?
It's true. Oh my gods, it's true.
What?
We thought you were dead. It's a miracle. You are a descendant of the royal bloodline of my people. You were thought to have been wiped out, and our hope locked from us. But here you stand. We are gonna have a lot to talk about. She kind of comes over to you and kneels in front of you and just like grabs your hand, and just presses her forehead to it.
What are you talking about?
That ring, that symbol. That is the symbol of the royal house of my people. Only a true descendant would be able to open that gate.
What have I opened? What gate? Where does that go?
That is where my people went. And it has been locked to me for a century.
That's where the rest of the elves are.
It is. Well,
So why the hell was I dumped in the freaking woods?
these are the questions we're going to have to answer. But I need to get you in there. You don't know how valuable you are. Will you come? At this, she stands. Her previous, I guess, presence of authority and, confidence has sort of dissolved to she's more asking you, will you come with her?
I just look at everyone else and I'm like, I have no idea. I look back at her, I'm like, can they come as well?
Road trip!
If they wish to, they may. It's your choice. It's your choice now.
Is there a coming back to get information?
Yes, can we come back?
We can come back. There may be people who have opinions about you. I would be surprised if anyone would be allowing you to relinquish yourself back, but there are ways back, yes.
How do you know, if you haven't been able to go there, how do you know we can come? I am so confused. If you can't get there, how do you know we can come back?
Well, I came back. We have ways to cross the boundary back to this plane. Getting to there is the tricky part. Look, you must have many questions. I have many questions. They can all be answered. For the sake of your friends, though, and she looks around at those of you sort of suffering from the psychic anguish, how about we go through and we talk about it on the other side? There are people more important than me who can explain everything to you.
I'm just looking at everyone. Shall we go?
Badger shrug. Stomp through.
Badger blasts on through.
All right, let's go.
Who else could say they know what happened to the elves?
You're half elf. Let's go find out what's going on.
Who knows if I'll even be able to tell what happened after this.
You step on through, and it doesn't feel like opening a door. It doesn't feel like anything. You just walk, and one moment you were on Alandis in Ethelmira, and the next minute you're standing in a dense, vibrant forest. As soon as you pass through, and I assume you take the ring with you, yeah?
Yeah, assuming it can be picked up. I was definitely not leaving that behind.
Nah, you can pop it up. You can grab it, place it back on your finger, and pass through. As soon as you pass through, the tear starts to close up behind you. You look over your shoulder, and it zips itself back up, and it was like it was never there. And you look around, and it is bright, dense, vibrant forest, and you notice all sorts of oddities. There are trees with just big clumps of pink candy floss-like looking flowers. You can see a squirrel that has the shell of a turtle on it that just jumps from one tree to the other. You look up at the sky and it's not blue, it's green or purple, and there are just like veins of energy passing around through it, and it almost seems to shift color. You can't quite focus on it. As you start to walk forward, you see the ground in front of you, the hill that you thought you were walking up. Actually, you're walking down the hill now? Wait, you were just walking up it though. And you look out ahead across the landscape. And yeah, I think what we'll do is leave that here. I think we'll pause the session and we'll pick back up next time when I have a time to properly design the Fey Realm.
DM's like, wasn't expecting to come here today.
Nope, I definitely wasn't. Like
I wasn't expecting you to give me another chance at it.
I know what's here. I wasn't expecting to come here for dozens of sessions, maybe. So good times. Yeah, I want to give this some proper justice. So I think we should come back and we can properly explore. We can properly explore next time.
Just wow.
Here we go. That was a fucking roller coaster. That's D&D, guys. I had like designed encounters in the forest. I built maps and stuff, and like here we are in a completely different realm.
I genuinely didn't mean to hijack the session, guys. I'm serious. I did not mean that.
All you've done is you've chosen where we're going for the next few sessions, and you've set us on a path.
Yep, It's awesome. That's it. This is D&D at its finest, man. Making choices, and we just do it.
Yeah, and yeah, I was not expecting you to give me another shot at her. So,
well, I wasn't intending to either, but I felt guilty just saying no to you guys. I was like, I'll make a persuasion roll. And I was like, in my head, they can roll a 20. No one can roll a 20. You guys all suck at charisma. And rolled a 19 plus 1. Oh, fuck. Oh, here we go.
That's why I was like, don't tell me the number. Don't tell me the number. Because you're like, oh, it's charisma. I'm not going to get it. It's impossible.
Yeah.
He's going to say 25.
There are times that I kind of wish we didn't know the passing stat and that we rolled blind to you so that we don't even know.
Yeah, we can do that sort of thing if you like. I think it's quite fun to mix stuff a bit. Sometimes when you don't know, sometimes it's also fun in the moment to be like, you need this, because it makes it kind of exciting as well. But yeah, no, totally.
I was about to shame the shit out of him for being like, we're an organization that has been hunting this for centuries and you bring us the first lead. The first lead is tattooed on the back of an obvious fucking bad guy. I mean, come on. You guys even
Open your eyes.
They're walking around with it.
Well, I mean, they... Like, do you expect that they've just been out there trying to kill the red priests and like find them? Because it's not like it just is visible.
Are they trying to kill them? Are they just trying to get them out of their clothes? Like, you're not seeing this otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're trying to hide it.
Well, the like dragon iconography, I think, has probably been very well hidden.
Minor question for you, Rue.
Mm.
We got given the full name of the Empress.
Mm-hmm.
Is her full name common knowledge?
Um.
Her last name?
Yeah, probably not to most people, other than maybe like nobles and stuff like that. I doubt the common folk would know her full name.
So was it Eventide? Eventide?
Yeah, Morgana Eventide.
Eventide.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a human last name.
Hmm.
That sounds a little elvish. And she has stayed young for far too long. I have suspicions.
Yeah,
We shall
and
find out.
the Speak with Dead wasn't expecting that, and also wasn't expecting to do Speak with Dead right in the presence of an elf who is like deeply invested in also knowing this information. So yeah, gosh, it was just one thing after another in this session, wasn't it? I was like, you know what? Over the break, I was like, let's accelerate the lore in this next arc. Like I've drip fed you guys hints and clues and stuff like that. Let's give them some stuff so that you've got plans and goals or whatever, and you know what's going on. First session is like, here are all the things. Oh my god.
Got to give us hooks to bite.
Yeah, exactly.
That question was, who does the Empress serve? Was like, it's a little too clean. There's got to be more here.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, you asked her, who does the priest work for? Well, currently she is working for the Empress. But that doesn't necessarily mean the Empress is her master.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of got that clue from earlier in the Stoneheart, right? When she said to Blackmarsh, well, the Empress isn't actually the one we're talking about right now, is it?
Yeah, that was a little bit too clean of an answer. It's like, yeah, there's more here.
Yeah, it was a good follow-up. All right, well. Here we go.
Wow. We traveled literally I don't know, months worth of traveling in one session.
Yeah.
On the world map, I've placed little markers at Valnoran and Glimmerforge to indicate teleport circles.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool.
I know the red X near Darmouth was the bridge. The one north of Valmiriel was the mine. Why do we have red X's on Ilmara Island?
Yeah, you so this map that you've got was the map that I think you bought it in Darmouth. Doesn't necessarily know a lot about the world. When you met with Talos in the under the keep with his daughter Valania, I had said that there was like a large map he's got up on the wall, and you're like, "What's on the map?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!" I have like a separate map to this with more stuff on it. These were just other cities that you had seen on the island that your current map wouldn't know about, because that last one were like secret elvish cities in the forest.
And the one that's in the sand is a city as well, isn't it?
It's something, yeah.
It's something, yeah.
Yeah.
And the FF north of Darmouth, we tried to walk towards a tower and we couldn't get to the tower.
Yeah, that was a weird tower.
Which we never followed up.
Yeah.
Well, we never left the tower. That's what's really going on here.
Yeah.
And then we all wake up and we're still on the prison boat.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that to you. That'd be super dumb.
Yeah, that would be road trip to find Riv and beat him up in person.
Yeah.
How could you do that after 3 years?
Yeah.
So the elf didn't sail into the west.
Yeah.
Slightly disappointed.
It's crazy though. Rio has been holding that ring for 3 years. I mean, in terms of our time.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm trying to figure it out.
I read a lot of fantasy, and whenever something comes up in your stories, I'm like, what series has he yoinked?
I mean,
I've already pinned you down on a couple.
Yeah. The true answer is many. It's an amalgamation of many stories.
I've never been able to find it, but it's the Thor, behold my stuff meme.
Yeah.
But it's the DM saying, "Behold my homebrew," and all the stuff, just all these fucking fantasy shit.
Yeah,
all these books and series.
It's Lord of the Rings. It's Wheels of Time. It's yeah.
Behold my homebrew. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
And she said they were based in Val Solis. Where are
was?
you based? With the Speak with Dead. Was it Val
Oh,
Solis?
Valferia.
The mountains in the center of the
It's the
Yeah.
continent.
mountains in the middle of the map, yeah.
A few of you sharp-eyed people noticed it.
I started looking, I'm like, where the hell is it? I'm like, oh, there the fucking thing
Yeah.
is.
Oh, Valferia. Gotcha.
I think you guys would probably, like, your characters would all know about this. I'll tell you what, I'll bring you over to here. This might make it more obvious for you.
Oh, volcano. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The giant evil volcano. Gotcha.
Yep.
Share the load.
Yeah. All right,
I'm
cool.
gonna need a journey to the volcano to destroy
Oh.
the ring.
Now I'm immediately going, what series is that from? It wouldn't be full of underground prisons, would that volcano?
You'll have to go and see.
Or the spirits of long dead dragons,
Yeah.
entombed in their own pain.
Did the sort of the timeline backstory of the world itself, did that all sort of like click? That made sense.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
that's pretty standard. Big evil bad got buried. Big
Yeah.
evil bad coming back. Yep.
Yeah, cool. So the kind of the key idea, and yeah, no, all good.
Just as much a shadow runner.
It was kind of the key thing that like brought chaos into the world, essentially, shattering of the realms, magic.
Conjunction of the sphere.
Yeah, right. It's the same sort of idea.
What if you want to call it?
Yeah. And now, so she was essentially saying that she believes the agents of chaos, i.e. the chromatic dragons, some of them survived. She's familiar with Karazoth. Apparently appear to be working to break it open again. Yeah. But that sort of explains all of the ancient structures that you've seen throughout the world, right? Like the pillar in Lighthaven, that's clearly thousands of years old. Just remnants from the old world from thousands of years ago. Yeah. Cool.
The lost pillars are just pillars of stone. They're not skyscrapers that everyone just calls pillars of stone.
Yeah.
Like in so many series. What's that? Shannara. That's all that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have you read the Shannara series, Rick?
I don't think so. Nara.
It's hilarious when you realize that the magical stones are literally just like D&D dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's one of those post-apocalyptic fantasies where magic happens to the real world and it all goes to shit,
Oh, is
and then
it?
they're running around. You don't. It's not explicitly told, but after a while you realize that it is actually like post-apocalyptic fantasy.
Is this the Terry Brooks one?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's good tropey fantasy, but yeah, it was hilarious once you actually read the description of the magical elf stones, and you're like, this is just like a D8, a D10, D20.
Yeah. Dude was a fan.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Nice. All right, cool. Well, there you go. That was certainly a trip. But I love it. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Whenever you guys push the story instead of me putting train tracks in front of you, it makes me super happy and also stressed because I have to like come up with
Ramble.
I just have to like make shit up. But no, it's cool. It's fun because like from where I am, like I've got my world notes and then I've got ideas about stuff I haven't like fleshed out and written properly. But I've got a lot of ideas about roughly what things are. And my thing is always like, well, I will flesh it out properly when we go there. So I'm discovering this right now at the same time as you because while I might know roughly, about the city, I knew about the portal here and I knew that the ring activated the portal. And maybe at some point, if Rio happened to find someone who could tell him about it, we would go there and discover it. So I roughly knew that, but I don't know all the details until we get here and actually look at it. So yeah, it's cool. I think it's awesome. Fun for me as well. Yeah. All right. Well. I might
Crazy.
might head off.